Alrighty, it's muted. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen and non-binary folks, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me this evening on the Nexus Gaming Series for Storm Division. My name is Jinxie Cat. I will be your host this evening, and I am so very glad to have you here. Sorry a little bit about the late start. We're just waiting for the teams to file in. Looks like we're waiting for a couple more folks, and then we should be all set and good to go. So, we have, of course, for you this evening, as you saw on the front of the waiting screen, the other Koreans versus Team Exodia. Now it's going to be a tall order for the side of the other Koreans to take on Team Exodia, considering they are currently the #1 team right now. If you've been playing along with our stonks on Nexus Edge, you will note that Team Exodia is currently #1 in terms of what we have dubbed the most valuable team. In fact, even beating out Team Alexander, who I'm going to go ahead and say, if you haven't watched any of the other games right now, to, take your headset off until I do like a jazz hand something to avoid spoilers. So you can go ahead and do that. 3, 2, 1, take the headset off. All right. So yeah, Chili Mountain beat out Team Alexander. So that's super, super exciting. So they're the big dogs. Everyone is looking at Exodia to beat out Team Alexander as well. And I believe they've already beaten Chili Mountain out. So those of you who took your headsets off, you can put your headsets back on now. Spoilers are over as we wait for everybody to get settled. And we're moving on. That's going to be then. Let's take a look at this week. It's been a really rough season for the other Koreans. I think they can bring it back, though. So far, they have been looking better and better every single week, and this one might be the season to do it. It's been a crazy week. There was already, like I said, a humongous upset. So who's to say, there won't be another one? Without further ado, then, as we're just waiting for one more player to get in, let's take a look over here at these maps. We'll actually go ahead and swap out the Stinger. I have the wrong one. That is for regular NGS. We want our fancy Storm Division Stinger. So if you're wondering, as we just jump in for game #1, it's our best of 5 series. You're like, Jinxie, what's going on? Where are we going? What happened? Don't worry, folks. I've got ya. So as you can see, the other Koreans have opted to ban out Cursed Hollow and Tomb of the Spider Queen. Team Exodia got rid of Hanamura Temple and Volskaya Foundry. The first map we are going to be going to is Infernal Shrines. So that's where we're going. That's where we're headed. That's what we've gotten rid of. Where we're going next, nobody knows. I'm going to let them know now that since I have given you all of that information, that we are ready. And I'm actually going to check my properties really quickly here. Good that I did, because we didn't have our background sound going, so nobody would have been able to hear any of the in-game sound, and that's no good. We want to be able to hear that. So as soon as we have our friends from the side of the other Koreans in, we will be ready to start the game. You're a Hanamura fan, Crush. Oh, no. Bring on the Dragonshire? That would be nice. We never get to see Dragonshire anymore. Because typically, I feel like we go to the same maps every single time. We go to Infernal Shrines, we go to Towers of Doom, we go to Battlefield of Eternity. Those are always like the big 3. And those are the ones that I always see, because so far lately, I've been getting a couple of maps where it's just been like 3-0s, then everyone goes home. So those are the only ones that I've been on. Every so often, we get like a Spicy Volskaya Foundry that's been banned out this week. So we won't be going there. So I'd like to see a Dragonshire. Or an Alterac Pass. I don't want to see Braxis, because nobody's a big fan of Brexit, Crush, you're probably the only person I know, except for maybe Bloodbath and Beyond, who are like, what if we went to Hanamura? You and the guys from, what's that team called? The other Division C team that we just got clapped by.
What do you say? Ready to have a little fun?
Thank you very much. Very, very appreciate it. I'm going to head over to the NGS to see what the notification was. I missed it on my OBS, but thank you so very much for supporting Nexus Gaming Series. Fellow friend, whoever just, did whatever you want. I'm assuming it's a follow because that is the most common. But if you're supporting Jinxie, I appreciate it. Yeah, Livac 528. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. All right. Looks like we should have everybody. And then I think we're ready to go. They were waiting on Paletta, but looks like they've had to pull in their sub. So we should be fine now. Kevin keeps typing in Korean, and Clausy is like, where did you learn Korean? And Kevin says, I'm Korean, you dingus. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. I'm going to stop now because last time I did this, it ended up getting like really spicy on the verge of getting in trouble. I still like Blackheart's Bay, not Troy. I know a couple of folks who do really enjoy Blackheart's Bay and some of the other maps. We just had the Fall Brawl that had a bunch of all the silly maps. We got to see some Haunted Mines action, we saw some Blackheart's Bay action as well. I'm gonna let them know that I am ready, and then we should be ready to go. So, any minute now. I feel like every time I get these maps, we're always like 25 minutes behind schedule. And then everyone's like, oh, I don't like Jinxie's matches. Like, there's always like a big long pause. And then she just sits there and talks randomly about nonsense. And then it's not my fault. It's the players who, take 25 years to log online because they're like, we have a game at 6. So at 5:58, I got into a brawl. Because, as you do. I consider Blackheart's Bay to be like a brawl mode. Such a different win condition. Yeah, Blackheart's Bay is weird. It's spicy. Haunted Mines. Yeah. The more that I see Haunted Mines and folks play on it, the more that I realize, like, everybody likes, like, ooh, Haunted Mines. Like, that's so fun. Like, remember back in the day when we used to play Haunted Mines? And I'm like, yeah, I remember that. And then I see it played, and I'm like, oh, I do remember this. And this is absolutely terrible. Like, I hate everything about this. And then the players, they get off of Haunted Mines, and they're like, why did we play that? That was terrible. And I'm like, I know. It was terrible to cast, too. So, yeah. That, I can see why NGS doesn't want them in the map pool and why we don't play them. And I'm personally, I'm okay with it. When we did Fall Brawl, that was my first time casting Blackheart's Bay, and I was like, this sucks. I missed a lot of kills. We're waiting for one to set up PC, but we can go. Just play the map until you win. Yeah, just play until you win, Forehead. That's all you gotta do. All right, they say that they're ready. The other team is saying they're ready. You're waiting. So hopefully in a moment we should be ready. And there is the Haunted Mines Goblin. So I'm going to assume that we are ready. Ladies and gentlemen and non-binary folks, Welcome to Infernal Shrines, game number 1 in our best of 5 series. The other Koreans versus Team Exodia. The other Koreans will have first pick as Team Exodia opted for the map. Well, actually, Team Exodia, or the other Koreans opted for first pick. But, like, that's cool. And this is going to be iTunes today, not the Paletta. Alrighty, so Infernal Shrines, what can we expect to see? We know the other Koreans sometimes like to pull out a spicy Deathwing, but it's going to be the Gyarados they ban away first. They don't want to deal with anything to do with the Gyarados. Red Robot, pretty strong on that Gyarados there. Get rid of it. Deathwing, of course, going to be banned out in retaliation. Going to take that out. So now, the other Koreans are going to... What are they thinking about? Maybe a wave clear here. We've seen a little bit more Jaina ever since they made that change to the Arcane Intellect. So we could see the Jaina taken away for wave clear. Else, nope, gonna be the Chromie instead. Interesting to see the other Koreans banning out the Chromie because usually when you have the first pick, you can threaten to take it. But it looks like they're not interested in that, opting for maybe the Diva instead because you can always leave one of them up, and then they have to ban one, you take the other. So we'll see if Diva is going to be left up here. Rexar is going to be banned out. And so we may be seeing the Diva from the side of the other Koreans. All right. They're hesitating on it. Can we get another TLV or Cho'Gall game? Gosh, I hope not. We've had enough memeing for one year. Gazlowe is already meta in 2020, which is actually what we're going to see. My goodness. I totally forgot that, he's actually really, really, really OP right now. I'm actually going to forego the Diva in order to get the Gazlowe. And there's the master strategy. Of course, that does mean that Diva will be available for the side of Team Exodia if they would like to pick it up. We saw Nasmus last week do a wonderful job with it, and there it is. Johanna Diva picked up for the side of Team Exodia. However, we could see Cho'Gall or TLV with this Gazlowe Crush. You are not far off there. It definitely could happen. Yeah, Gazlowe, it's... There's a theory that it's a time traveler who keeps going back in time, as we're going to see Anna and Tassadar picked up here for iTunes and Jay. But there's a theory that it's a time traveler who keeps trying to come back and correct things, and he just keeps making it worse and worse. And the joke that it's a Heroes of the Storm time traveler who's trying to correct, the GFE incident because that wasn't right, and they're trying to fix it. And now we've ended up with Michael Udall in charge of a organization, and Gazlowe being meta in 2020, as we are going to see that ETC banned out as we do wrap around to those third hero bans. Really trying to squander the tank pool there for the side of the other Koreans. Still a couple of strong options left, but the three big bads have been taken out here, leaving slim pickings. Blaze still available. Not who you always want to see. Mephisto gonna be banned out. No brine shrimp for the side of Team Exodia. Will have to get their seafood fix somewhere else. Now, with that being said, what kind of DPS are we looking for? Again, the Jaina could come up. Sylvanas, so very strong, actually did get buffed. So Cookie Man is going to pick up that Sylv. And then Anduin for Hots, another hero who was buffed in the most recent patch. Anduin definitely needed some love from the developers. Sylvanas, not so much. She was really, really strong as we've seen in some of these big tournaments throughout the last couple of months, Sylve is a very, very powerful hero. And then they were just like, what if we buffed her more? What if we buffed her powerful build even more? Like, wouldn't that be crazy? And then they did. The Stitches and Cassie are going to come and finish it out for the side of Clausy and any problems. My theory is it's because they are going to kill her off in Shadowland, so they got to give her a little bit of love somewhere else. As we're going to go ahead, round out the draft here for Kevin. Looking for another DPS. Greymane still available, and that is who we are going to see. Big, strong draft coming out from the side of the Exodia folks here. And I think looking at these guys and see if there are any swaps here in the end. Sorry to disappoint, Crush. Not going to be a Cho'Gall today, but still a solid draft all around nonetheless. Again, my vote going to be for Team Exodia. Of course, that is just my opinion. Would love to hear your guys' as well. I'm going to bring it back to me while we load in for game number 1 in our best of 3 series. Infernal Shrines. You guys, I'm super excited. I like Infernal Shrines. I think it is a really fun map. I think that the mechanics are super fun. I know there are some people who are kind of like, Infernal Shrines, you know. I'm glad we're past the troll meta of Infernal Shrines where we'd see like Samuro and Lost Vikings on the map. Do you remember those days? Those were rough. Abathur on the map was another rough one. So glad to see that we're back to, 5 actual heroes on the map. And yeah, good times all round. This just has me super excited, though. I think if they can pull it off right, the hook into the Gravibomb explosion is just going to delete probably anybody except for maybe D.Va or Johanna. So if they find any of those squishy backlines, then the other Koreans might have a spicy pickup here in this game. That might be their comeuppance here. They've been trying to play it the way that everybody else has been playing, and it's been kind of difficult for them. They're just quite not where some of the other teams seem to be in terms of their decision making. We saw, I believe it was the other Koreans. I might have them mistaken with our other friends who are struggling right now. Almost won last week. It might have been Seton. I'm thinking of the Seton game. We'll have to see. But I believe in the other Koreans. We're going to get in for game number 1 once again. Ladies and gentlemen and non-binary folks, let's get into this game. It's over here on the left-hand side. We have Jay on that Tassadar. Any problem is going to be your Cassia. Clausy on the Stitches. iTunes on that Anna. And Epic Player on your Gazlo. This is the other Koreans. And over here on the right-hand side, I know my left and my right, we are going to see Cookie Man on the Sylvanas as the medallion is used right out the gate, right inside the gate. Red Robot on the Johanna, Nasmus on the D.Va, Kevin is going to be your Greymane, and Hot on that Anduin. This is the side of Team Exodia here in the orange trousers. We're going to start out in this middle lane. We can see immediately Greymane and Sylvanas going to cheese this well down here, not even looking for the tower. And I don't think the other Koreans have even noticed. They're going to come down, see what's going on, realize, oh, no, our well is gone. That is just awful. Which really sucks for them as this first shrine is going to be down here in the bottom lane. Sylvanas going to get caught by that hook. However, nothing coming out of it just yet. We are 43 seconds into the game, of course, taking a look at these level 1 talents. Teams just looking to rotate round. Stitches opting for that hungry for more, gathering the regeneration globes to make him super, super speedy. We'll have to see how far he can get stacked up, seeing as it is an infinitely stacking quest. And It isn't really infinitely stacking. I think it caps off at around 900 globes or something, but the odds of us actually getting there are quite slim in a single game. Gonna see an invade come out here from Red Robot. Great Slate Dart by iTunes there on the Ana. Not going to allow them to invade. Greymane, meanwhile, is going to take this E-Kevin, having relative ease all by themselves. Thus is the power of the Greymane. Clausy gonna get started down here in the bottom lane. Any problem's gonna be chased out a little bit. And in the 4v3, we're gonna have a rough time. Task gonna come up to try and grab a little bit of the soak, help to clear out the middle lane. And now E-Kevin has been left down here with the bottom camp. He's gonna wait for the side of the blue team to show their faces before finally getting started down in the bottom. Meanwhile, up in the top, I always like to mention our most cool and attractive players, Epic Player and Nasmus. They are our off lanes, and they give up screen time so we can have XP. Great dodge by Nasmus there. Big shouts to them. We're going to see the rotation from D.Va away. Of course, that bottom camp was taken. Bruisers have been called by the side of the other Koreans. Gonna get a little bit of an early start there. Meanwhile, E-Kevin and Cookie Man chunking away at that front gate of the other Koreans. Looking to put a big hurting on before that first shrine. Trying to maybe find somebody early. Not gonna be able to find a player. Hook cut has come out onto a minion though. And so far, this has been very much just tiny little bits to get ahead here from Team Exodia. Sylvanas looking to catch somebody out, and they might find Jay, who finds Red Robot, finds Cookie Man, takes quite a bit of damage. Out comes the CC from Ana, though. Immediately, Cookie Man has to use their medallion. Jay takes quite a bit of damage, but iTunes able to heal him up. Epic Player able to chase E-Kevin away. Clausy tries to find the hook, gets hit by the chastise of Ano, and Red Robot put to sleep by that sleep dart. And any problems, may have stepped up a little bit too far, has to back away. Being able to chase out the side of Team Exodia here, they are going to get the early start on this first Punisher. Going to be an Arcane Punisher here. Neither team level 7 quite yet. I hope you got a good look at those level 4 talents. We haven't really had a chance to talk about them. There's been a lot of action going on so far. Cookie Man taking quite a bit of damage there from Cassia, able to keep up that avoidance, making sure the armor is nice and taut. Nasmus does have that bomb. We are going to see it dropped here in the middle, so the members of the other Koreans do have to scurry off here. 26-20, the lead of the other Koreans is waning. Clausy getting kind of low, surrounded by 4 members. The sleep comes out. Great body blocks by Nasmus. Not going to be enough to take the big bear down, though. Now, 30-31, the gap is closing even further, and the members of Team Exodia do find themselves ahead. Great stun comes out from Gazlo, but 33-38. This is going to be the first protector going over to the side of the members of Team Exodia. However, Cookie Man is going to fall. Tacit are going to be the next to fall behind them, though, and Clausy running for his life against E-Kevin. He's going to find that auto. That is going to be 2 for 1, and the Punisher going over to the side of Team Exodia. They're going to look to push with it now. Nobody to defend. Cassie and Ana had to run away. They both have to hearth. Neither one of them have any mana, and without the tank to pull this safely, a lot is going to be done in the bottom lane. You can see up here in the top lane, Nasmus just heading back to deal with Epic Player, who had to go back and grab their soak, of course. Fort will be taken in the bottom lane. Gonna be cleared out here by the other Koreans. Middle fort going to be pushed by the side of Team Exodia here. And really, really solid first gameplay. Going to be 2 forts going over to Team Exodia. That's a humongous lead. They're going to look to grab this aggressive camp as well. Going to find it with relative ease. Now looking to grab this bottom lane. Already a whole level ahead. Will find them growing a little bit more as they get that experience from the extra additional experience they get from grabbing those forts. Of course, forts no longer just grab the experience right off the gate, but they do grab that passive experience. So we will see, of course, as the game goes on, getting that experience faster and faster. You can see there's the full level I was talking about, as level 10 heroic abilities are going to be hit first. No toucher right now. He's playing in his NGS game this evening, so you can just go ahead and wish him all the best. But you're here with Jinxie, and I like to think that I'm pretty great every so often. Going to see an invade come out here, looking for any problems, and Clausy, out comes the light bomb, out comes the falling sword, and that is going to be Clausy falling down. Next is going to be any problems. Jay able to get away, and the members of Team Exodia are relentless. Nasmus has that bomb, not going to drop it quite yet. Out come the black arrows from Sylvanas. They are going to just continue to push. Jay trying to use that side storm to make them back off. That is going to be the front wall of this middle keep going down. Now, Team Exodia just looking to back off. We're going to see Sylvanas Hearth back. Look to grab some more mana. She has about 50%.
What do you say? Ready to have a little fun?
Thank you very much for the follow. Is that Oracle 5th? Welcome to Nexus Gaming Series. Epic player up in the top is just going to try and grab this Soak. Heroics have been hit. We'll take a look here. We do have the Putrid Bile coming out. No Gorge behind the wall for the other Koreans here. Down in the bottom, we do see them heading down, and it's a very slow play right now. And see if we can't find Epic player here again. Out comes the black arrows, and you can see the members of Team Exodia just waiting for those black arrows to come up and then trying to push wherever they can get. Epic player does have that Gravo bomb now, so plays can be made. We do see the other Koreans were able to grab their bruiser camp so they could look to make something happen here with the dogs. They're going to push out the side. Great hook comes out, unstoppable immediately from Johanna. Light bomb comes out. Epic player very, very low and immediately pushed to bits. Wailing arrow does silence before that Gravo bomb can come out, but Sylvanas pays the price. Johanna has to use that blessed momentum to get out. A great hook onto E. Kevin having to use that razor swipe to get away. Any problems? Very, very low. Nasmus has to use the boosters to get away. And that is going to be 1-for-1 in favor of there. I'm going to say that's in favor of the other Koreans. They didn't lose the fort. They did lose Gazlo, but they traded 1-for-1. They were behind. Still a level down. They are now down the talent here, so this is going to get a little bit more risky for them. Out comes the defense matrix of Diva. Jay's trying to hit with that auto there, trying to slow everybody down. Out comes the beam. Great Gravo bomb, has to use the medallion. Haunts trying to get away, unable to do so. That is going to be Diva's mech. Cassia will fall, but so does Anduin. E. Kevin looking for more, comes through the wall like Michael Myers. However, not going to find much more than that. 13-12, 1-for-1, maybe 2 as Clausy tries to escape. The Epic player looking for Cookie Man, very greedy, does go down. And now Clausy will pay the price for his friend's mistake. That is going to be 3-for-1 going over to the side of Team Exodia just in time for the objective. Of course, Cookie Man and E. Kevin not looking the healthiest. Diva gonna get started on this. Nasmus was able to find that mech back in the fight. Going to just start shelling away at these skeletal defenders. Meanwhile, Jay knows there's nothing they can do. Level 13 was picked up during that fight there. So slowly but surely, the other Koreans are going to make their way back into this fight. We're going to see another little bit of a battle come out here. See Hots poking their head around. E. Kevin and Hots here trying to find this camp. Gravo bomb comes out. Hots able to sidestep the big combo. Cookie Man is here to fight as well. Frozen Punisher picked up by Nasmus in the top. Jay has to pop the Archon to stay alive. Out comes the Silence, taking a lot of damage, and the members of the other Koreans must simply just back off for now. There's the Light Bomb Falling Sword combo. Not going to find anybody quite yet, but Jay is very low. iTunes keeping everybody as healthy as they can, and it ends up being Red Robot who goes down there. Clausy in the back looks for Cookie Man, but it is going to be the trade out here. 2-for-1, though. We take these. Punisher will find that top fort, but this bottom camp goes over to the side of the other Koreans. They do have to come up and defend this keep, so they're making their way now. You can see Epic player going to drop this turret, making sure that they can pull this over so they can safely push it away, have the defense of the keep with them. Those are going to lose those front turrets, but in the end, Punisher will end up falling for only the fort and a couple of turrets there. Not the worst thing in the world. They got a couple of kills, 14-16. The other Koreans still very far behind, but coming back into this. Take a look at the numbers here for you fine folks. Kevin trying to find some folks. Clausy takes quite a bit of damage. There comes the falling sword. There's the light bomb. That is going to be one very dead Stitch, as iTunes gonna be the next to go down, and without that level 16 talent, makes so rough for an engage. Out comes the black arrows, and this keep is so low. Great bomb by Epic Player, but it's just not going to be enough. The keep, however, has been turned away from save Nasmus, who may look to drop the bomb. There it goes. Going to use that torpedo dash to get away. 50% on the keep. Take a look at those level 16s for the side of Team Exodia. But they don't get the keep. Not quite yet. Small victories for the other Koreans. However, Exodia, they're just so dominant right now. They know exactly what they need to do to make their enemy's life as miserable as possible, and they're just doing it. Like Shia LaBeouf, taking it down, running them around the camp. I mean, look at Nasmus in the bottom. He hasn't hardly been with the team except for when we're looking to push something. Then he's just nowhere to be found. Nothing to do with him. Cookie Man, exact same thing. The rest of the team just grabbing these camps, grabbing these waves. And the members of the other Koreans, they're just playing catch up. Okay, well, I guess we have to clear this wave. Let's get 16. Now we have to clear this camp. It has been a really hard game from them. And now we're going to see a solid gank come out here. Jay taking quite a bit of damage, has to pop the Archon. It's too little, too late, though. Light Bomb comes out, and Epic Player says their goodbyes. 3 ultimates come down, 2 kills are received, and that is especially well done. Great job by Team Exodia there. Out comes the hook, does connect onto Red Robot, but that is the best hook target. Immediately, the Iron Skin comes out, and you can say goodbye to this middle keep with both DPS down. There really isn't a whole lot that the members of the other Koreans can do. And with the DPS down, they're looking to maybe even end the game. Looking at iTunes now, great body block by Nasmus there. That is going to be iTunes falling, and this could be game number 1 already going over to the side of Team Exodia. Clausy falls as well, and now it's just any problems trying to keep alive. Nasmus looking to grab them, going to be able to do so. Jay has respawned. No damage on the core yet. Out come the micro missiles from D.Va. And they're just going to back away. Keep has been taken. That is constant pressure in the middle lane. It's trying to active in 3 seconds. Another 20 until the whole team will be together on the side of the other Koreans. So what do you do when the team is dead? You got nothing to do until the objective spawns. It looks like actually you leave Nasmus on the objective as it has spawned. And you take camps. Aggressive camp taken. Safe camp taken. Bottom camp not taken because it's really inconvenient to get there and you don't want your D.Va to die. So camp going to push in the middle lane, of course, adding extra pressure, almost insult to injury for the other Koreans. Great chastise coming out there from HOTS and micro missiles to just secure that the other Koreans aren't going to come in from this angle. And with the Mortar Punisher coming in, there's another falling sword with that Heaven's Fury coming out. Level 20 has been picked up. Light Bomb comes out. Goodbye, Jay. iTunes, though, keeps him alive for the moment. Unfortunately, even Ana has cooldowns, and that is going to be Tassadar going down. Clausy falls soon behind. Heaven's Fury up once again. Epic Player does get stunned out. John Cena following up on Johanna there. Sylvanas will fall. That is going to be no escape for iTunes, and we are looking with only Gazlo alive. Game number 1 going over to the side of Team Exodia. Goodbye with the 5v5. The Heaven's Fury just to make sure it's secured. GG. Well played by Team Exodia there. Swap over to our match summary so we can take a look at this. 6-20 in favor of Exodia. You can see huge discrepancies in damage, actually. Cookie Man with the most damage on the side of Exodia. But 75k for Cassia. So any problems doing quite a bit of damage. However, Cookie Man's stuck a little bit better, as we can see. 6 to 20, that's not exactly a sleeper number there. 7 deaths on Clausy. So let's take a look at these talents. And of course, as I suspected, that Overwhelming Affliction. If you can get 3 stacks of Banshee's Curse on that thick front line, you are able to have those autos do 1% max health as damage, and then followed up with the Festering Wounds. It was just consistent pressure from Cookie Man onto that Stitches, who doesn't necessarily engage the best, wasn't really able to go in for the team, coupled with the D.Va always coming in, the Johanna always on your backline, made it really, really difficult for the members of team, the other Koreans, to really find anything. And then, of course, Hot's able to pull anybody out of trouble. Should that Stitches come in and do any damage, you can just yoink him back with the Leap of Faith. I don't know if we necessarily even saw the Leap of Faith used in that fight. If we did, it must have been in a lane duel that we weren't looking at, because I didn't personally see it. Level 20, unfortunately, not picked up by the side of the other Koreans, but you can take a look at their build to see at least to where they got to. Tassadar going for a little bit of a different build. Jay opting for that. I can never say this. Kaidaran Amulet, of course, the Plasma Shield, and then the Arc Discharge. So the triangle build, the geometry build there, we saw it get a little bit of value, a couple of kills here and there, just being able to push more than one hero out without having to step up too far, unlike the Shockray build, as we typically see. It was able to help him stay safe since he didn't have that tank who could step up and really allow him to get in there. So it makes sense. Gaz doing their best. We saw a couple of really amazing Gravo bombs, but just nothing again to really follow up with. The Stitches hook and the Gravo bomb, I assume, was the play, but unfortunately just wasn't there for the team today. So, gonna head over to the map screen, try and update that just in time for me to get invited to another game. So, perfect timing. We will update this all in one good show. So, Team Exodia is up 1-0 in the series. The match was taken by the red team, and it looks like Crashinator, I hope you're still in the chat, because we are going to Dragonshire. And it looks like this was picked by the side of the blue team. So a little bit of variance here as we go ahead and update that. The other Koreans are looking to take us to Dragonshire. I like this. I think it's a really smart play by the teams here. And what can we look to see? What can we look to expect with Dragonshire? The map plays a little bit differently, but not too terribly much. You can double soak on this map. It will require a lot more work from your offlane. Of course, the D.Va still works very well, but she is just very overtuned right now. Let the teams know that I am ready. Wait for the other team. Of course, D.Va works. You can have your solo lane, rotate mid, get that clear, and then rotate out while your 4-man tries to get the bottom, and then vice versa. You can leave your top lane up, say, hey man, like, it was nice to see you. We'll see you at the end of the game. Hope we win. GG. Lots of ways to play this. So we will have to see as we move forward. Without further ado, let's hop into game number 2 in our best of 3 series. All right, so big question here, I think. Does anything stand out from the other Koreans? Do they want to get rid of any of those picks? Maybe the Sylvanas, maybe they're like, you know what? I'd rather deal with some of those other things. The Garage over the D.Va. We'll have to see. And then just as a reminder, my beautiful friends, if you are enjoying this, it is going to be the Garage again. They don't want to deal with Red Robot's Garage. And, I fully respect that. But if you are enjoying this and you would like to support your caster, any bits, subs, donations, all that stuff that you make to the NGS channel today, 100% of that goes to your caster. So that would be me. So if you'd like to help out and you like the work that I'm doing, you know, feel free to send some of those my way. We're going to see the Rexar taken out once again, which makes a lot of sense because Rexar is strong on Infernal Shrines, but he is really strong on the side of Dragonshire. Geez, got there in the end. Really, really strong on Dragonshire, so it makes sense to get rid of him. We're going to see the Diva and the Deathwing taken out there. Remember, Deathwing, another really strong pick from the side of the other Koreans. So we are going to see that banned out. The Diva, just too very strong. So now is the Chromie going to be taken here? Chromie, Gazlowe are still available, so it looks like we take one, they take the other. And once again, it looks like Epic Player is going to grab that Gazlowe. So, does anybody on the side of a Team Exodia want that Chromie? And what are we going to see into this Gazlowe? Urel, still available, is very strong, plays very similar to Diva. It's just really, really annoying. Red Robot, going to grab that Johanna once again, and this time it's going to be Kevin on that Jaina. Again, did have the change to the Arcane Intellect, so when she's above 75% mana, has that extra spell power, able to do insane amounts of damage. Gonna see the Anuva rack come out for Clausy this time. Do have a couple of them open. ETC available, of course, as one of the other members of the big three, and then iTunes going to grab the Ana. So looking to change it up a little bit. Show me the cookie Zeratol, says Crushinator. And I'm really surprised to see that we actually haven't seen the Chromie come out yet. So do we even see the Chromie? Is she good on this map? We will have to find out. Bans are coming in. Team Exodia looking to get rid of the Tassadar. Was pretty good in the last match. Ultimately didn't end up getting the W, of course, but did a lot of damage. And then Samuro is going to be taken away. Not today, Cookie Man. Not today. The members of the other Koreans would like to have a little bit of fun, and as such, they're getting away of everybody's favorite shape-shifting, or not shape-shifting, wind walking orc. I guess shape-shifting, kind of. I mean, turning into the color of the ground. I don't know. He turns invisible and they hate it. We're going to see Tracer come out for Cookie Man, and then Brightwing. Interesting pickup here. They could. I don't know that we'll see Brightwing, and they have 4 heroes, so unfortunately, Big B, we are not going to see the Sonya and the Anduin there. You did miss the, I don't know if you're watching game number 1. We had a Falling Sword Light Bomb combo. Gonna finish it out with Sergeant Hammer and then Cassia. Maybe game number 3 will get it. Nasmus yet to pick here. Going to see what they grab now, as the teams are making my job easier by not changing their drafts up too much. Abathur next. It's in the solo lane. We could maybe see the Tracer Abba, but it looks like it's going to be the Blaze instead. I think it's a very solid pickup into that that Gazlowe is able to clear out and sustain. I'm not sure what beats Gazlowe. I don't know a whole lot about the solo lane, but these are looking like some really strong combos. So, game number 2, best of 3 series. Looking at this, I really like the side of the other Koreans. I like the hammer. I think it does a really solid job. Of course, that's just my opinion. I would love to hear yours. My concern here is Anubarak likes to go in. Sergeant Hammer likes to stay back. Are we going to see an issue with Anubarak wanting to dive and Sergeant Hammer wanting to play back? So if the team can find a happy medium on that, I think we will be able to find harmony, and we'll see the other Koreans maybe take a game off of Team Exodia. Of course, again, just my opinion. Would love to hear what you guys have to say. We are hopping in for game number 2 over here on the right-hand side. We've got Jay on the Sergeant Hammer. Any problem, gonna be your Cassia. Clausy on the Anubarak. iTunes is your Anna, and Epic Player over here on the Gazlo. Over on the right-hand side, we've got the side of Team Exodia with Cookie Man on the Tracer. Johanna, played by Red Robot. Nasmus, gonna be your Blaze. Kevin on the Jaina, and Hot on your Brightwing. We'll head over here to the middle lane where everyone's gonna brawl. Or maybe not. Just look at each other a little bit. Try and find a couple of picks. We'll take a look at our talent, see if there's anything spicy. Immediately, we do see that 1-2 punch, getting the extra charge of the melee coming out. Hammer opting for the advanced artillery, entering siege mode, splash damage. Oh, wait, we have a little bit of a fight. We'll come back to that in a moment here. Cookie Man has to dive to safety. Clausy taking a little bit of damage there. Now, I remember correctly, the best way to counter an Anubarak is to just auto him. So Tracer is a really solid pickup there into that noob. However, Hammer being able to ping away. Auto attacks are a really great job. Really great pickup into Tracer as well. If you can't get on top of that Hammer right away, she can just auto you for all the way from Africa. So makes sense that they kind of counterbalance each other, and it's all about finding those specific instances. Now, as I was saying, go back to Hammer's level 1 talent. Splash damage is 50% of the basic attack damage, and the radius increased by 25%. So go and making sure they're able to stay back as far as they possibly can. We typically usually see the siege mode gives stealth and then allows you to get that extra damage when coming from stealth. But today we're going more for splash. As always, take a moment to appreciate our offlaners, the coolest and most attractive players in the game, giving up that screen time so we can have a little bit extra XP. Cookie Man coming up to try and find Epic Player there. They don't notice yet. We might see an early Dragon Knight as the members of the other Koreans aren't able to get on the point, and that's exactly what we're going to see as Kevin is just able to pick this up for free. No contestation down in the bottom lane. Level 4 for both teams here. Going to see, interestingly enough, the Adrenaline Stim Pack come out from Blaze, and then, of course, those Incinerator Gauntlets. That is the fastest way to clear out a lane. And against Gazlo, you typically want that. Dragon Knight is going to chase down Cassia here. Any problems? Gets a boot all the way back to base. Gazlo does end up going down, was kicked away, tried to chase out, tried to grab that siege camp, unable to do so, allowing Nasmus to get some free clear. Dragon Knight finds 1 tower, but being a 3-minute Dragon Knight, that's really all they're gonna find. So we will see the other Koreans just try to clear this out. First blood going over to the side of Team Exodia here. They're just looking to clear up now, try and find a way to push this lead. Epic Player has respawned, does have a mess to deal with in the top lane. Going to look to find the stun on Nasmus. Do so with relative ease. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Kevin and Hots are having a lovely time. Anna, Jay, and Clausy looking to start up this bottom camp. And Camps and Soak, that's the name of the game right now. Kevin basically lives in this middle lane. The fort is going to be pushed up in the top. Looks like Epic Player may have to find another way to deal with this, because that is going to be another death and a really strong push coming out from Team Exodia. They have the level 7s here, so we do have the locked and loaded. Of course, that does give Tracer the extra 50% of the cast time and increases the damage if they're able to. If they can play the mini game, they can get the extra damage. Is the best way to look at that talent. Brightwing, of course, with the Hyper Shift, the Unstable Anomaly, and then the Peekaboo, the extra shield to come in and spook the other members of the enemy team. Get the shield. Great way to keep your friends alive. Johanna gonna find the stun here onto iTunes, going to find the pulse bomb and going to find the death there. Members of Team Exodia just running over the other comedians. Clausy going to find the stun, going to find their death. Jay finally having to use the thrusters to get away, has to hearth, and that it's going to be 4-0 right now. We'll take a look at our numbers. But Team Exodia are just holding on top of the other Koreans. Any problems, gonna try and scout this camp. They were on it from Exodia, and there's really nothing that anyone can do. It's just been, hurry up and wait from the side of the other Koreans. They finally get into lane, and then they're pushed back out. Somebody goes down. Okay, let's rotate there. We can finally look to engage. Nope, now this has happened. All right, let's go in. Nope. The other Koreans just can't seem to find footing. Exodia is playing this so very well. In fact, they pick up another camp. They pick up another Dragon Knight. They have level 10. Their heroic abilities online. Tracer opting for this pulse rounds, blink heal, summon water elemental, of course the bunker, and then once again we see the falling sword. Any problems, tries chasing around Cookie Man, not going to be able to find much. A fort does go down without having the heroic ability. There isn't much anyone can do. Any problem, finds themselves a boot back to the base. Epic player trying to stay alive. They need to hearth away, but they have been caught out. There's the stun. Here comes Cookie Man. There's the pulse bomb. And that is going to end the life of Epic player. They're 1v4. They drop the turrets, try to get the shield up, and that's just not enough. Dragon comes bottom with the siege camp with Kevin. Nasmus looking for more down here in the bottom lane. Once again, going to push through Cassia here, unable to find anything. They're going to come back in, find the sun onto Jay. The water elemental has been dropped, and that is going to be Hammer going down. I think everybody on the side of the other Koreans has now finally died at least once. Clausy trying to save their team, trying to save this fort, but that's all 5 members of Team Exodia down here now. Out comes the Cassia Valkyrie, level 10, finally hit by the members of the other Korean, but Bunker puts a quick end to that. There's the Gravo bomb. It does hit Kevin, but nothing follows it up. Recall by Tracer. Clausy tries to come in, does end up giving their life for it. 12-10, another 2-level deficit. iTunes goes down. Johanna gets away with the falling sword. Tracer very, very low, will finally go down. That actually is 2 members of the side of Team Exodia down. And miraculously, the other Koreans, they find it. They find a kill. They're able to finally start coming back in this game. They're down, but they are certainly not out. As you can see, everybody, all hands on deck. They're looking to turn this round. They grab these minions. You can see they're looking to head to this bruiser camp. And this is the first time they have a glimmer of hope in this second game. 12-13. Level 13 has been picked up by the side of Team Exodia. Just trying to stay on top of this now, make sure that the other Koreans can't get too far back, because a same talent tier fight for them could be disastrous. This team is very, very squishy on the side of Exodia. 5v5 team fight is not going to go in their favor, and it looks like that's exactly what the other Koreans want to give them. Nubrak does have to scoot away. We are going to see the Napalm Strike come out, try and zone away. Fighting in the spell armor is a really smart play by Exodia. Nasmus going to come in. Red Robot looking for it. Do we see the falling sword? There's the jet propulsion. It does not connect. Tracer is in the cocoon. They have a moment of a 4v5. Out comes the falling sword. Condemn. Water Elemental is good. Clausy is exploded. Johanna comes in. There is the nano boost onto Cassia. She's chasing out, only able to follow the Water Elemental. Looking at Kevin, but nothing. Nothing. Nothing found there. Just the death of Clausy. Now, bottom lane has been capped. Tracer looking to go up to the top lane. 3 members of the other Koreans are wrapping around. They know they have to stop this. Johanna is in position. The cap has not happened yet. Nasmus is on the way, but there is spell armor in the mid. Brightwing is here now too. Epic player taking quite a bit of damage. iTunes trying to heal him out, but that's a great stun. Jay is finally here now too. Epic player running for his life, but it's not going to be enough. Here comes Red Robot. The bunker is good. All three members are in, but Hot's all by himself. Out comes the bunker, exploded. Any problems? Finds 2 kills there. Tracer goes down. Brightwing goes down. Nasmus is running for his life. Valkyrie does not connect, and he's getting the hell out of dodge. Jaina trying to slow everybody down with the water elemental. Jay charging him down in his hot rod. Red Robot looking for the flank. iTunes may have overstayed their welcome. Here comes Jaina, pops the medallion. Clausy says, shut up. Comes out. There is the nano boost. Red Robot has to get away. Goodbye, Kevin. Oh my goodness, great fight by the side of the other Koreans. Great hold there. However, Nasmus, can he get it in time? He's sneaking around. Oh, the spider mines. The spider mines prevent it. The members of the other Koreans, they were able to get it in the bottom, but now they gotta leave. They gotta leave real quick. Level 16 was picked up for Team Exodia, and I feel that the gain train of the other Koreans may be coming to an end there. There's Red Robot. They're able to channel the Dragon Knight, and now there is no more tricks up the side of the other Korean slaves. They have to back out. They just have to eat this. But they were able to stall for a really, really long time. Big kick comes out onto Clausy, stuns him on the side of the map. Can they hold here? They're looking for the bottom keep. Not necessarily the most push keep. These turrets likely to fall. There they go. Any problems? Gets another swift kick. They do the most damage to the dragon, so it makes sense to get rid of them there. Jay trying not to stand in the oil, not to stand in that dragon fire there. 16 still not online for the other Koreans, but it's looking quite low. However, so is this keep. A couple extra thwacks. Red Robot is put to sleep immediately. Out comes the Unstoppable from the Iron Skin. Clausy comes in and is immediately bursted down, but there comes the Valkyrie. Tracer is on top of any problems as fast as they can. Nano comes out, but it's not enough. Bunker is dropped. 3 members go in. Nasmus is looking for Jay. They drop the Unstoppable. Out comes the Gravabond. Nobody connected. The bottom keep will go down. Get that well for good measure. You get it, Kevin. That's right. 2 members down. Is this a core call? Stunned by the core there. Jay in position, going to try and end this now. Epic player who has just been brutalized this entire fight. The core is falling very, very slowly. Cookie Man is looking for it, but Jay is able to chase them off. 70% on the core. Epic player able to stay alive thanks to iTunes. They hold for the moment. Now, Camp's the name of the game. Clausy has returned. They can't take the fight here. 16 to 18. Now's the time. Epic player able to get the big stun. The camp was taken. Clausy was able to take the pulse bomb though. So, camp was taken. That's unfortunate. But the other Koreans, at this point, it's not even about winning. It's about living until you can find a win condition. 3 forts are still up. What have they really got? They have towers down here. Nothing in the mid lane. And half towers in the bot. So right now the win condition is mid because they have 2 towers. It's been a really rough game for the other Koreans. They find Clausy, get a little bit of tickling on him. Jay gets a stun onto 2. Retaliation stun. Blink heal comes out. They're the level 16s for the side of the other Koreans, in case you missed them. We do have that giant killer for Hammer, which has been helping with the Johanna and the Blaze. Big damage down here in the bottom with the catapults, and the 2 camps will have to be cleared out, and now it's Dragon Knight time. And there's so much to be done on the side of the other Koreans. Can they fight this out? Epic player and Jay are coming, but there are 4 members here. Tracer is looking to do it. Epic player, you're melee! Oh no, water elementals come out. The members of Team Exodia are so close to level 20, and it's such a long way off for the other Koreans. They're looking to take it bot. They still have 2 siege giants down here in the bottom lane. Kick onto Clausy. Napalm to dismount, trying to make this as slow as possible, try to get as many clicks onto this dragon as they can, but it's 70% on the core. It's nice, unstoppable. It is Cookie Man in the Dragon, so it makes it a little bit easier for the team. 68%, their Dragon is just being wailed away. Kevin is going to be the first to fall. Bunker has been dropped over here on the other side. Epic player is very low. Cocoon onto Hots. Great stun onto Cookie Man. Nice, unstoppable. Clausy very, very low in the back. Hots taking quite a bit of damage. Cookie Man running for their life. Great blind onto any problems. 4 members of Team Exodia able to get out. Poor Kevin going down like a lead balloon. Clausy looking for blood. 18 to 20, and absolutely nothing gained on that Dragon Knight. Nothing was gained at all. However, we might find, yep, there goes Hammer. That's the biggest problem here. Now everybody is fair game. iTunes trying to get away. Great unstoppable. 2-man fight here. This should be iTunes going down in the back. They're running for their life, trying to get to the team. Please help, guys. That's 2 members down. Jane will be back up momentarily, and we may have celebrated a little bit too early, too late. Cookie Man is stepping up. There is no Hammer to send everyone back. Any problems being harassed by Red Robot. Out comes the Gravo Bomb. Any problems very, very low. That shield is falling fast. Blaze in the bunker. Tracer is Cocoon. That is going to be Brightwing getting away with 20 health. Does go down the core. Holding with the shield. Can they hold any problems? It's 300 health. Johanna goes down. Anubarak goes down. Cookie Man is in the back. They're so low. The water elemental getting on the core, and now Jay is here. Jaina is low. Epic player needs to be careful. There's the stun. Great unstoppable. They have to back up as the blizzard is dropped. Oh, Jay wants more. You can see it. They lust for the blood. Oh, this defense. It's really, really difficult for the other Koreans to step out. Once again, the camp will be taken, and it will be cleared. And have we even seen the top of the map in the last 10 minutes? Excuse me. As we are going to finally see the Bruiser camp picked up here from Team Exodia. This is a really smart play on their part. Gonna have to split the team up a little bit. Once again, Dragon Shines are available, and so now there are 3 points of attack to split up team the other Koreans. Bottom lane has to be cleared. It has to be protected. Top lane has to be cleared and protected. Middle lane has to be protected. What are they going to do? They have to pick something. Hammer is going bottom. She's 1v2. And this was a mistake, blown to bits before they can react. The 4 members scramble together. There comes the falling sword. Any problems, takes a walloping, tries to survive. The Dragon Knight was picked up. Goodbye, any problems. Cassia goes down. Cookie Man has been cocooned. iTunes gets a punt back to base. Clausy, before they can finish the burrow charge, dies underground. Brightwing does go down during that fight, but there's no one to defend. It's Epic player in iTunes. It's Gazlo and Anna. They have a 18-minute Dragon Knight. Cookie Man is fairly healthy, unless, I don't know, everybody on Team Exodia has a stroke all at once. We're looking pretty unlucky here. Anna goes down. It's all up to Epic player, who does find Kevin, but this Dragon is chunking through the core. 5% to swipe. This is going to be game number 2 going over to the side of Team Exodiator. GG. Well played. Take a look at those stats here. I go ahead and update our scores. 10 to 20, and once again in favor of the side of Team Exodia. Well done there, as you can see. Poor Clausy, once again, just being the center of the bullying here. 6 deaths. Epic player early on. Was really hard for them to get any value in the top lane. Cookie Man and Nasmus just setting up camp outside his lane. being able to hold the 3 with the Jaina, Brightwing, Johanna made it really, really difficult for anyone to keep eyes on Tracer, and as such, he really paid for it. We'll take a look at the talents here. It wasn't pretty, but it was a win. That's true. They held their own. Each game, you know, it's getting a little bit better. I have hope for the other Koreans. We can maybe get to a game 4. Fingers crossed for them. They're having a hard time, but they can bring it back, I believe. Take a look at the talent here. We did get to level 20 this time, so it's progress. We did end up with that ultra capacitors, as is pretty standard there. The nano infusion to help Cassia stay alive in so many of those fights. Of course, the rewind for a new Barak, allowing them to go in and out, and a lot of the times go in and then never come out because they died. Because Tracer into a noob feels pretty rough. Did skip the Gazlo. It's raining scrap. Reduce the cost of the Rocketars by 1. And then regain 2 scrap for each pickup. Of course, the Titan's Revenge, getting rid of that armor, helped a lot, but in the end, just couldn't pull it off there. Well done by the other Koreans. It was a valiant effort, but in the end, just, like you said, Crush, a very steep mountain to climb. So, bringing it back over to the score screen, we'll update our maps, and then we will see where we're going for game number 3, potentially the last game of the series. But again, I believe in the other Koreans. They are very strong players. They work very hard, and they're pretty gosh darn good. So, game number 4, I'm calling it now. I'm gonna predict Battlefield of Eternity, and there is going to be like a super spicy comp on the side of Team Exodia with like an Illidan, and the other Koreans are gonna pull it back. That's my prediction. It's incredibly unlikely, but I believe. All right, I've been invited to a map. Let's see how off base we are. Well, we're already wrong on the map, so that's unlucky. We are going to, drum roll please. There it is, Braxton's Holdout. And it looks like this was picked by the side of Team 2, that is Team Exodia. So the members of the other Koreans have opted for the first pick. Braxton's Holdout. This is kind of rough because it plays out very similarly to Dragonshire. You need a really strong solo lane. And honestly, the members of Team Exodia could just run back the exact same comp, but then maybe instead of having the Tracer, like run a Genji to grab the boss, and that's a really strong comp from them. So just waiting on one last player, and then we will be able to get ready to hop back in. I'll bring it right back over here for one moment. There we are. I hope you guys are having a lovely time. Once again, my name is Jinxie Cat. I am your caster this evening. I hope you guys are having a super fantabulous, excellent, wonderful time. If you are, then of course, big shout out to NGS. I'm gonna let the players know that we are ready. You can support NGS by !Patreon in chat to help them with their Patreon, help support NGS as we go ahead and hop into the draft here. You can also support Storm Division and the players by !Storm, !Matcherino. If you would like to support the prize pool, we are up to almost $1,400. I know Tetcher has been asking to see if we can't maybe get to $2,000 for the prize pool here. He believes in you guys, and I do too. And of course, last but not least, if you like your casters, please consider donating. All of the subscriptions, all of the bits, all of the donations to the channel do go to your casters. faster. And of course, that goes for everybody. So if you do like my casting, then please consider giving. If you like Tetra's casting, consider giving on his nights. If you like Murda's casting, consider giving on his. All of that, of course, will help out those folks and have them back for more fun events. With that being said, we are hopping in. It looks like immediately going through. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Getting rid of the Rexar and the Diva right out the gate. Deathwing, of course, not going to let Clausy have any fun. And then we'll see once again. Spicing it up this time. Going Diva, then Garrosh, and then Rexar, then Deathwing. Team's getting our hopes up. It might be a little bit different this time, but not today. And it looks like red team is actually picking first. So I think I might have been debated by the teams getting set up because it looks like Nasmus is getting first pick. So Gazlo going over to the side of Nasmus. He's saying, here, I'll show you how it's done. We're going to see the old Nasmus Gazlo. On the other side, immediately Clausy grabbing that ETC, and Jay is actually going to grab the Phoenix here. So a couple of really strong starts so far. Excited to see the Nasmus Gazlo, and it's so funny to me. What world is this where, you know, like, okay, the good thing that they banned the OP heroes, so we can grab the Gazlo. Chromie hasn't even been mentioned so far. Stukov Imperious going to be picked up, and this is a disgusting combo. This is Imperious stun, Gazlo stun, Stukov silence. This is you don't move, the team comp, and I am living for it. Red robot on the Imperious. I love this because it says main tank Imperious to me. And there's the Crowy ban finally. You know, they don't want to add more to this. Like that's already a big humongous CC wombo, and then just to throw some Cromy damage on it is disgusting. So makes a lot of sense to get rid of that. Over from the side of Team Exodia, we are going to see what's it gonna be, boys. Ana gotten rid of. iTunes did play a very strong Ana in the last 2 games, so of course let's get rid of that here. And for the side of the other Koreans, we could go for some wave clear for them. I know they have the Phoenix to get rid of most of the Zerg wave, but again, another mage wouldn't be terrible for them. They could pick up the Jaina themselves, but they're actually going to go for the Junkrat and a win. I think this is a great idea. If iTunes is able to stay back safely, they can pull anybody hitting the combo out. If 2 people are hit, I guess they just have to, you know, pick whoever they like more. And then Junkrat, of course, is very strong on the map, very disruptive, should just be able to boot people away, make it as miserable as possible for the side of Team Exodia to play. So we're going to see there's Tassadar and Genji coming out to finish up, and Maiev for any problem. This is their own build your own. Oh, Jay and Clausy are switching. Excellent. All right. Jay and Clausy, and any problem is the Maiev. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Just getting it all set up in Soothsayer. There we go. Okay. So a lot to unpack here. As we hop back in, so you don't have to watch the loading screen. Of course, Genji is just notorious for killing the boss super, super quickly. It is the #1 reason we see him picked up on this map, and really the only reason we see him picked up anymore. Of course, we talked about the nasty combo with the Tassadar damage on top is disgusting. but we do have the Maya being able to come in with the Anduin Light Bomb, throw down the Warden's Cage. ETC can follow that up. And then Phoenix is really spoiled for choice here. He can go either ultimate and get good value. So I think just depending on how the teams execute their combos, this could go either way. But of course, that is just my opinion. I would love to hear yours in chat as we come into game number 3 in our best of 5 series. Over here on the left-hand side, we do have Clausy on the Phoenix. Any problem is going to be your Maiev. Oh, shoot, it says Clausy again on the ETC, but that is actually going to be played by Jay. iTunes is going to be your Anduin, an epic player over there on that Junkrat. And over here on the right-hand side, we are going to see Cookie Man on the Genji. Red Robot is going to be your Imperious. Nasmus on the Gazlo. Kevin is going to be Tassadar, not Jaina. Gosh darn it, it didn't update for me. And then, of course, Hots on the E. Hots is going to be your Stukov. So, a little bit of a different laning setup here. We do have our 3-man going up top with the Gazlo, Cookie Man, and Red Robot looking for the pick onto Clausy. They're going to find it. They're going to try and get Clausy. He's going to run away and will make it out. Going to escape, and with that, Cookie Man and Red Robot are going to fall away. Meanwhile, though, Tassadar, less lucky Protoss, is going to be cleaned up there by the side of the blue team. Slid by the ETC, was taken down there. We'll have a look at these talents. Level 1, ETC going for the Guitar Hero. Genji opting for that Agile Dismount. Red Robot having to use the Celestial Charge to get out as we just try to find Soka in this early game. Number 1 mount. Camps have spawned, so we'll see them head over that way. Genji once again looking for Clausy. Had to have that early tap. He has the shield back, so is able to just regenerate. And this is really something that Gazlo does struggle into, is a ranged off lane, especially somebody who can just kind of poke away. And I think that Braxis is a great choice here, especially since, you know, this is really the only places you see a Phoenix off lane. Nasmus is just being so bullied. He is going to go down. First blood this time, going over to the side of the other Koreans for once. Great job by them here. We are going to see the other Koreans also doing very well down here in the bottom lane. Have great control over both of these points for right now. Looking to, they grab their camp. They're looking to grab Imperious right now as Jay shoos Red Robot away. Having the early Imperious tank can be quite difficult. Out comes the trap from Junkrat. Great slide. Has to use the Divine Faith there from Anduin. Using that Leap of Faith, making sure that ETC can get away. Great pull onto Hots. He has to come for a ride. Slide onto him. Has to use the knockback. Goodbye, Hots. Stukov goes over. Meanwhile, points have been capped just for the moment by the side of Team Exodia. Gazlo steps off to grab this camp. Clausy being bullied out as Cookie Man has rotated up. Great rotation there. Looks like Junkrat is going to maybe assist his friend or grab one of these camps. Are going to try and get the stun. Does not connect. And now, any problem? Looking to help Jay out and grab this. Imperious here. Red Robot having a little bit of struggle. Wall comes out though, and now Jay finds the stun, finds the silence. Not find the kill quite yet. Level 4 for both teams here. Imperious opting with 4. Of course, standard so far. Stun, Sovereign Armor. Tassadar going for a more traditional build than we saw in the earlier game with the Static Charge, and then, of course, the Plasma Shield. Plasma Shield, very standard. Got to keep the old boy alive. Maiev. Take a look here. Sudden Vengeance. After blinking with the Spirit of Vengeance, getting that max health. Really helping against the Imperials. You can see he's low health, low mana. Great pull there. Slide comes out, and that is going to be Red Robot taking quite a bit of damage. Great silence by Hots there, but in the end was not enough. Jay doing quite a bit of damage to disrupt there. Great body blocking. Red Robot wasn't able to get out. Chastise follows up, and another kill down in the bottom. 5-1 as Phoenix goes down in the top. It's very hard to keep track of all you guys. Was killed off by Nasmus and Cookie Man. Epic Player has rotated up, did grab that Bruiser Camp as we were discussing earlier, and is really duking it out with Nasmus here, making it quite difficult for him to get work done. This is going to be the first Zerg wave going over to the side of the other Koreans. They're just going to push the bottom. Looks like they're going to leave both Junkrat and Clausy top to clear because it is a 65% Zerg with Cookie Man and Nasmus here. Can do quite a bit of work. So get rid of them quickly, please. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, not nearly as much damage is being caused by the side of the other Koreans. They have the bigger wave, but Tass is able to clear this out so quickly. Kevin, though, very low on mana. These Guardians taking a lot of damage from the Psy Storm. Top fort is going to go down first. Epic Player running for their life. Cookie Man in hot pursuit. However, we don't think, nope, we won't see that fort go down in the bottom here. Stab comes out onto Kevin. Sliding through for Jay. Great pull. And that is going to be Tassadar taking so much damage. Does go down. May look to see that fort finished off after all. But here comes the cavalry. Have the other Koreans overstayed their welcome? Great dodge. Any problem, uses the Spirit of Vengeance to get away. And even gets a cheeky Bonds of Justice in. Able to slap him around one last time. Red Robot feels the Imperious life, has to get away with having no mana. Cookie Man deflect to make sure that he takes not too much damage, just enough, before finally everybody decides to reset. And Concussion Mine is used to make sure that the Bruiser Camp is being kept an eye on before Epic Player looks to, actually is just getting a ton of vision around the aggressive side of the map. This is the first time that we've seen the other Koreans on the side of they have the advantage. They're gonna hit level 10 first, as they are a level and a half up over the members of Team Exodia. 4 members down here with Cookie Man finally down, unless something goes catastrophically wrong here. Which could be the case as all 5 members are down here. It's a 5v4. Jay is looking for blood. Does not find it quite yet. Great pull by Any Problem. Does have to back away. And we are just going to see the members of Team Exodia reset here. Level 10 has been picked up. Clausy uses the warp. Gets away. Cookie Man, great body block. But we do see the stage dive come out here. Clausy has 40 health. Will fall to the Gazlowe turret. Did use that Planet Cracker. Tries to find Nasmus and Cookie Man. Unable to do so. There is the tether onto Cookie Man, or at least the attempt. Doesn't find it. Great gravity bomb there. Unable to find anybody. And so much is used from the side of the other Koreans. But it does end up being Anduin goes down there. 2 members of the other Koreans make it 3. Make it 4. Make it 4 as Junkrat falls as well. Only Gazlowe dying for 4 members of the other Koreans, just in time for the beacons to spawn. Phoenix has rezzed. Maiev was able to get out, of course, and this should be boss going over to Team Exodia. One-man crowd saying Exodia needs to clean it up and stop messing around. And was that enough for you? As we are going to see Any Problem try and contest there. The flailing swipe, though, does end up sealing the fate there. Great use of the Spirit of Vengeance. Gets away. And most of those ults were used in the fight, as we saw. Stage dive, which I think surprised a lot of folks. The Planet Cracker, which I think most of us expected. Rip Tire, X-Strike, Gravo Bomb, Archon. Everything fairly standard and everything used. Warden's Cage back up. Light Bomb back up. X-Strike. Teams are ready for another fight if they so choose. Jay, a little bit out of position, is very, has to use the leap of faith to get him out. Boss doesn't get much before it finally goes down. Neither team stepping on these beacons just yet. No, nobody in the top. The top beacon has been collected by the side of Team Exodia, and so they will start the channel. Nasmus and Clausy duking it out. Now that Nasmus is a little bit tankier, it is hard for Clausy to step up and get as much of an easy kill on him as he had in the early game. So what started out as being such a great early game advantage is being a little bit more difficult. Hot is being harassed by Jay, who did use the stage dive to go in. The fights is coming. Maiev looking to go in. Light Bomb comes in. She tries to go, but it's not enough. A little bit of miscommunication there. And now the whole setup for the other Koreans is gone. They have nothing. Jay trying his own away. Great juke. They're able to get the slide onto Red Robot, but 100% does go over to the side of Team Exodia. Planet Cracker is available, but it's going to be very difficult to use while the members are here. There we go. Phoenix able to finally get into a safe spot, able to chunk down most of those Zerg, taking quite a bit of damage here. Keep is pushing, and they're still 54%. Great over the wall boop, though. Nasmus trying to get out. The wall was broken. Is it going to be enough? Yeah, the team knows what's good. Here comes Riptire, though, looking for the Gazlo, unable to find it. Zerg is cleaned up. That fort, though, does find the end of its life. Jay, very, very low, is stabbed by the spear. Out comes the silence. Maiev drops the Warden's cage. Genji is the first to fall. They finally get the combo off, but there is the reverse combo from Gazlo. Out comes the Gravo Bomb. Does end up killing any problems there. iTunes, the next to fall. 1 for 2 in favor of Team Exodia. They've tightened things up and have taken the lead once again in game number 3. Epic player trying to get away will be able to do so. This keep in a lot of trouble from Kevin. Out comes the stage dive. They look for the task here. Great wall interrupts the slide from ETC, and as such, it just ends up making him look like a fool. Epic player takes a little bit of damage. They have to run away, and once again, the aggressive camp does go over to the side of Team Exodia. Genji looking to grab this camp all by himself, taking a little bit of time, as Genji isn't typically known for his wave clear, but Nasmus says, hey, don't worry, man, I got you. Gonna help out, and they'll be able to get this pretty quickly. Meanwhile, members of the other Koreans have to do something. So, they are going to grab this bruiser camp. Now 13 to 14, an excellent time to fight. Red, Robot, and Jay looking for each other, kind of spook each other before heading back to the safety of their team and doing the exact same thing around again. Out comes the concussion mine, does not find Imperius. Now Jay's on the wrong side of town. The wall comes out, leap of faith used once again. Riptire has been pulled and not really a whole lot to do. It does end up being bursted down before it gets any value. Those are two really big cooldowns used on the side of the other Koreans. So now would be the time for Exodia to fight, and it looks like they're thinking the exact same thing. They're looking for this keep. Slide comes out, but there is no follow-up. It's just iTunes, and it doesn't have anything to save Jay this time. Light Bomb comes out. Stage Dive comes out. It's kind of a janky sword or falling sword, Light Bomb, and instead of you killing everybody, Jay just dies. Out comes the Warden's cage, out comes the Gravo Bomb, and it's kind of like, hey, you know, like we can benefit from this as well, as Clausy is going to fall down as well. iTunes is very, very low. Kevin in the Archon doing so much damage. Genji chasing down everybody. Red Robot looking for the stab. Will find it onto Epic player. Goodbye, Junkrat. Great pull, though. Anduin does find the kill onto Genji. The beautiful Maiev tether into the total mayhem of the Junkrat death. Epic player's death carries meaning. 2 for 1. Cookie Man stepped up a little bit too far. Another great tether. Hot takes quite a bit of damage. Has to use the failing swipe. Only gets a little bit of a tickle onto any player. Jay is back. Does have that stage dive back up in a moment here. 13 to 16. We will have 16 in a moment for the side of the other Koreans, but they're still really struggling. ETC has gone back to base. It looks like top lane is the place to be. Bruiser can't picked up by the side of Team Exodia. 15 to 16, half a level needed. looks like that juicy minion wave is where the team would like to head after grabbing this bottom beacon point here. Fight looking for, we see the stage dive come in. ETC gets hit by the slow. Any problem? Not able to make that light bomb connect, and as such, does end up losing half their health. Has to use a vault of the Warden, falls down. Clausy tries to get out, use the warp. Gravity bomb does come out, does not connect. Epic player tries to get out as well. Will be able to do so. Boops Genji into 4 knocks. Out comes the Rip Tire in the exchange. 1 for 1 there as Phoenix is cleaned up by Red Robot here in the corner. Silence is dropped by Hots. Jay tries to shoo him away. Red Robot is chasing down iTunes and Epic player there who are just kind of trembling in their boots. There's Red Robot. He's looking for Jay. Gets the knockback. The forwards have turned. The Bruiser camp is looking at the core. No health, no mana. Hots is here too. They're in the enemy fort and they give 0 hex here. ETC gets the slide onto Hots, but the team is 3v4. Any problems is in the back, clearing out some minions. While the team is fighting, meanwhile, these beacons are going over to the side of Team Exodia. Jay finds a slide, has to use the knockback. Will have the stage dive back in 50 seconds. That is a full health Zerg wave. Any problem, vaults the bomb there. Great stun, into light bomb. Does find Nasmus. Has to use the leap of faith once again. Kevin in the back will fall. Red Robot, no mana, nowhere to go, but here comes Cookie Man. ETC will fall. Any problems? Stuck in the corner, cannot vault away. There goes Stukov, but there goes Maiev as well in the top. Clausy gonna try and clear out these Zerg. We're gonna use the Rip Tire just for the wave clear. And now 3 members of Team Exodia are looking for this game. Epic player boops themselves away, but not gonna be enough. Gazlo turret secure the day. Stun comes out. There's the X strike. Goodbye, Clausy. That's going to be the keep, and it's just Anduin alive. ETC will be back. So, potential to survive is still definitely here. Members of Team Exodia are very low. Red Robot going to use the Unstoppable just to make sure that they don't get collided on. Core taking a little bit of damage. There's still quite a few Zerg on the core, fellas. They want to kill Nasmus. iTunes, hey, guys. Hello? Team. Nasmus died. They lost 50% of their core, but worth? I guess that was value, question mark? Boss can now be started. We're going to see both teams look to fight. Jay, again, has to be Leap of Faith. The only hero who has been, the ability has been used on so far. Any problems just being eaten alive by Red Robot. Out comes the slide. Failing swipes is going to connect. The knockback onto Genji. Boss fighting the whole side of the other Koreans. Gazlo's still down for another 20 seconds, but that is going to be Anduin who does fall. Maiev as well. Level 20 to 18 is no joke as Imperius cleans up Clausy as well. And that is going to be 4 members, make it 5 as ETC goes down as well. There's a whole sect of minions on the core. Kevin calls the GG as the march is headed for this core. That is going to be game number 3. Going over to the side of Team Exodia. Game number 3 and your series. Going over to Team Exodia. Well done. All right. 13 to 21. So overall, a consistent theme of the other Koreans almost had it, and then it kind of all went to crap. Except for game number 2 where it kind of all went to crap and then they almost had it. Minions got bored and ended it itself. Oh no. Very well done by Team Exodia. We can take a look here as this was one of the closer maps. You can see 13 to 21 here, 56 to 51K in terms of the damage here. We'll take a look at the talents as once again level 20 was not hit by the side of the other Koreans. There are the builds, fairly standard. See if there's anything super spicy here. We ended up going for the Heavenly Host for Imperious. That is the extra shield for the allies when you activate the ultimate. And then if the shield lasts the full duration, you fire a sword at the nearest enemy hero that does extra damage. So helps in those close clumped up fight, especially since ETC was diving on the backline. Makes sense to go for that as opposed to the brand of Solarian, seeing as the team was having a relatively easy time killing off most of the members of the other Koreans. Of course, the controlled chaos, as is standard. Gazlo going a little bit different build than we've typically seen. The bomb toss, excuse me, with the second explodium charge, the arc reactor. Of course, more of an explosive build, able to allow him to sustain the point a little bit easier. As the game went on, we saw it was more and more difficult for Clausy to step up and get on top of Nasmus there. So well played by the teams. That is going to be it for me, guys. Thank you so very much for watching. Once again, my name is Jinxie Cat. I am one of the casters here at Nexus Gaming Series. This is Storm Division. If you'd like to learn more about that, you can hit !storm to learn about that. If you'd like to support the players and the prize pool, !Match Arena will help you donate to that. We are up to currently, I believe, $1,300. Tetcher believes that we can get to 2,000, and so do I. So if you want to help them out, then you can use the !Match Arena to donate to the prize pool. Patreon, once again, will help out with donating to Nexus Gaming Series and helping them. They are the folks who put down all the time and effort and energy. They find all the volunteers to help host these really awesome events and put on these shows for us. They love Heroes of the Storm so much. They do all the hard work, even though Blizzard doesn't. Thank you very much. So if you want to help them out, that's one way you can support the community. And then, of course, last but not least, hi, Crowan. If you want to support the casters, then all of the subs, all the bits, all the donations, all that good stuff, 100% of that does go to your caster for the evening. So if you liked anything that you saw today and you want to help out, then feel free to drop any of those bits, any of those subs, all that good stuff. If you like me and you want to see any of my free time events and !Casters in the chat, twitch.tv/JinxieCat. We play Heroes of the Storm. We play World of Warcraft. We're going to be doing some pre-patch stuff pretty soon. So, you know, if you're enjoying that, please feel free to stop on by. Otherwise, we're doing an A to Z challenge right now on YouTube, so you can watch me, you know, try and raid some heroes that I've never really played, all that good stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's been a really, really great time. I do stream and cast full time now. This is kind of, you know, my living, so any support is really, really appreciated. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.